Yes, so we are looking ahead to West Ham against the Arsenal this weekend. Huge game for both teams. Arsenal know 3 wins against the likes of West Ham this weekend, Burnley and then Crystal Palace, and the Premier League title is theirs. This game, however, has got Arsenal fans worried because West Ham are fighting for their lives with relegation, and Arsenal have lost to West Ham, get this, in 3 of their last 6, including last season at home. So, Gabby, how big is this game for Arsenal in terms of winning the title?
It's a massive game for Arsenal because if Arsenal draw and obviously City win their game in hand, then it's all to play for. Arsenal better goal difference slightly. But if Arsenal win this game, the pressure that puts on Manchester City for their midweek game next week, I think it's Crystal Palace, the game in hand. And I think City will drop points before the end of the season again. So I think if Arsenal win this game, they win the title. But they're playing a West Ham team that, like, this is probably their biggest game in the last 10 years. This is like a cup final. I imagine their atmosphere is going to be electric. They're going to be fighting for their lives. So it wouldn't surprise me if it is maybe a draw, a 1-1, 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I was going to say, how badly do West Ham need a result here to put the pressure on Spurs?
Scary how much they... Because Leeds are safe. So Spurs wouldn't surprise me. They've won the last 2. They go and beat Leeds. Then it's 4 points difference. I think the Spurs play... No, Spurs play after West Ham, don't they? They play... Is it Monday, Spurs?
Monday they play Leeds.
Monday, yeah. So if West Ham can get a result, the pressure's back on Spurs. But if West Ham lose, Spurs know they win. They're 4 points ahead with 2 games to go. Better goal difference. West Ham still got to go to Newcastle away. I think it will be done if West Ham lose and Spurs win.
Oof. Well, let's hear from some Spurs fans, shall we? Because this will divide opinion. What result do Tottenham fans want from this game between West Ham and Arsenal then? How big is the hatred for Arsenal? Are they willing to risk their own relegation? So here are some Spurs fans. Here we go.
Arsenal versus West Ham. I mean, really, I can't win. I can't lose. But the right answer is always going to be whatever hurts Arsenal. So if West Ham win, so be it. Spurs are staying up anyway. Come you Spurs.
I would want the teams to draw. Drawing would mean that Spurs remain above West Ham on goal difference going into Leeds United on Monday night, and that would also derail Arsenal's title hopes and allow Man City to somehow find a way of still winning this league and stop Arsenal doing a potential double, which makes me feel absolutely sick in saying it.
Where are your minimums? Where are your minerals? Listen to our manager. Our manager deserves said, I don't want people close to me crying and thinking a different way to me. We are good enough to win the games and we are good enough to stay up. So what I want is a West Ham win and then Tottenham to win all their 3 games as well. We stay up, West Ham go down, and hopefully there's a miracle and City catch Arsenal at the top.
Okay, so that was Flav Bateman, Ricky Sachs and Billy T there. Where do you sit on this? If for example, you're in the Spurs camp, do you just focus on your own game and getting out of relegation?
If this was the other way round, say Villa Blues, whatever, I wouldn't care about what they were doing. Like, Spurs should be just worrying about themselves, win your last 3 games, you stay in the Premier League. But don't be wishing that, you know, West Ham get a result against Arsenal because you'll hate for Arsenal. Forget what Arsenal are doing. They're at a total different end to what Spurs are doing. You're not even rivals to me. How bad Spurs are at the moment, how good Arsenal are doing. So stupid. What if, like, what happens, okay, West Ham beat Arsenal, and then West Ham get confidence from that, win the last 2, you draw against Leeds, and then they stay up, and you're stupid, aren't you? Didn't we have this last year?
We had this last season because Tottenham fans in the stadium wanted Man City to win so that Arsenal wouldn't win the title. So it's a similar situation here.
There are some fans as well who, if Arsenal don't win the Premier League, they'll be happy enough that Spurs go down. Yeah. Like that, like Arsenal fans, they hate each other.
Yeah, but Spurs have to. But Spurs have to forget about what Arsenal are doing. Stop being so obsessed with your rivals. Arsenal are doing big things. They're probably going to win a trophy this season, at least 1, maybe 2. Spurs just stay up. They should be having Arsenal. Even they've got Arsenal friends. Please, please, please win this game against West Ham. What do you think? Did you not? I just don't get it.
No, I never understand. And actually, remember when Ange Postecoglou came out speaking about this yesterday? It was like, I do not understand how Spurs fans were cheering Man City on during... It was in their stadium. I was like, surely if you're a Tottenham team, and as a former international athlete, I could never think about letting an opposition team go and win a game. Just focus on yourself, get the win, and just make sure you don't get relegated.
Yeah, because if Arsenal beat West Ham, then you go into your game on Monday night against Leeds. You win. You're 4 points, 5 points with goal difference ahead. It's more or less done. So isn't that what you want? Or do you want West Ham to win? The pressure's on Spurs on Monday night, and then you don't play as good when the pressure's on. and then Leeds get a result.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Spurs fans, what do you want to happen in this situation? 03717 22 33 44 is the number. The phone lines are open this morning. You can come on and have your say.
North London part of the city.
Oh no, it happens everywhere. It does. I mean, Rory Jennings, Chelsea fan, he was letting out his house to a guy and then realised he was a Spurs fan and pulled the contract. Yeah.
You can't do that now.
It was
I was
brand new till I found out that he was a Spurs fan. So pulled the contract. 03717 22 33 44. Gav is with us now. Gav, what do you think? Gav, Spurs fan. Morning.
Morning. There is an alternative to winning and losing. It's called a draw, and I think that would probably, as a Spurs fan, that would probably be the best outcome for West Ham Arsenal. It would give West Ham a point, but it would take 2 points away from Arsenal. So, that would reopen the title run.
And then you're both on 37 going into Monday night's game. Pressure back on.
Yes and no. I mean, the Spurs now is a different team, but look, I was a kid when we got relegated in '77. So if we do get relegated, it's no. It's
well,
no
you're not a different team, are you? You beat a Wolves that got already relegated. You beat an Aston Villa side who were playing walking football. So you're not a different side, are you?
No, if you look at the effort that they're putting in now under Zebedee compared to how they were playing.
Zebedee.
Who's Zebedee?
Zebedee. If you look at the effort that they're putting into their games under this manager compared to Igor Tudor, it is a completely different team.
Yeah. Big up Zebedee.
Zebedee.
He's a man.
Gav. Zebedee. Love that, Gav. Thank you for your call this morning.
Build Zebedee a statue.
We're getting calls in from Spurs fans this morning. Arsenal fans might do you a wee favour this weekend if they beat West Ham. Some of you joining us now. Good morning to Daniel, the Spurs fan. Daniel, what do you think about this?
Morning, Daniel.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, well, mate. You?
Brilliant, thanks. You?
Yeah, very well. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for calling. What do you think about this?
I honestly cannot for life of me understand how any Spurs fan will want us, West Ham to win on Sunday. I don't get it.
Because it will help you stay up.
I've been a season ticket holder for 20 plus years, right? And yeah, Arsenal are fiercest rivals. I just cannot understand how anyone thinks, yeah, I know, let's let West Ham win and kind of gamble with our Premier League safety. I don't get it. I'll throw a spanner in the works here, guys, as well. And this will split opinion. I'd accept them winning a double if it meant we stay up.
100%.
Yeah, that's the right way to think, I would say, Daniel.
It's so odd because Spurs fans should look at this, mate, and say, Arsenal are going to do us a favour. That's what you should look at it.
100%. I've got Arsenal mates, and don't get me wrong, it's painful, but they're in a different league to us at the minute, and we've just got to accept it. Yeah. We can't control what they do, but we can certainly control what we do, and it'd be a catastrophe if we went down. Exactly. So for me, it's a no-brainer, and I think some Spurs fans let the rivalry or thinking the banter ahead that's going to happen if they do win it. Again, I'll throw another spanner in the works. It'll all be forgotten about because the World Cup's coming up, so no one will even talk about it.
But you know what, Daniel? You might stay up by a point, 2 points. You can say at the end of the season, thank you, Arsenal kept Spurs up by beating West Ham. Do you know what I mean, mate?
Gabby, let's calm down a little bit. With that. We can't be thanking it. We can't be thanking that. To be fair, I get exactly what you're saying, but for me, it's a no-brainer. Look, I want Arsenal to win on Sunday because I want us to stay in the Premier League.
Yes.
I've given up all hope. 3 weeks ago? I thought we were down and out. I couldn't see where any result was coming from. And now, obviously, the win against Villa, I know they were 4, but Spurs still put in a good performance. I think a lot of people were saying about Villa resting players, but you saw Forest rest players against Chelsea go there and win. Palace rested players against West Ham.
Yeah, well, Villa still had strong players out there. Matty Cash, Morgan Rogers, Emi Martinez played. So it was still a strong side.
Yeah, you got to go and do a job. And I think they did. I think that's what people seem to forget. Villa rested players. They're still Premier League side. That's a hard ground to go to. Spurs turned up, did a great job, and earned those 3 points. So for me, that just gave us a little glimmer of hope. And to for us Spurs fans to be celebrating that that result, to then go, oh, actually, I don't want Arsenal to win on Sunday. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, you
crazy.
mentioned
I can't get my head around it.
earlier on, Daniel. You've just got to control what you can control, and you can't control Arsenal, that's for sure. Daniel, sensible call. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
03717 223344 is the number. We've got Charlie with us now. Charlie, are you with Daniel? Or
Good morning, Charlie.
Do you feel a bit differently?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi there. I just wanted to say I completely agree with the last caller. It's unreal that some Spurs fans would want that. I'm on his page. I'd like Arsenal. I wouldn't care if Arsenal won a double for when we stayed up.
Yeah.
I want them to win against West Ham, and we just got to do what we do. You know, honestly, it annoys me. It annoys me that these idiots come out and say this. You know, like it's a proper Spurs fan. You got to stay in the league. You know.
Yeah, get your bread and butter right.
That's where I am, and I just wanted to put my 2 pennies worth in, and that's it, because I just don't want the narrative against Spurs fans again, like the Man City thing, whenever it was last year. I just wanted it to be, any Spurs fan, this is different this year. We've got to stay in the league. That's it.
Exactly, and you're not in with a chance of winning.
The games you've got coming up as well. You know, Leeds won't be easy, but you can get a result against them. And then you've got Chelsea. You know, Spurs do against Chelsea. They're going to be dying to beat you and send you down.
That Chelsea game is the one I'm scared about. So we need to win.
Exactly.
We need to win against Leeds. It's 4 points, like you said, Gabby. Yeah. It's 4 points. And I don't want to lose, but we could almost maybe afford to lose against Chelsea.
All right. Charlie, good luck to you.
Well done, Charlie.
Thanks for your call this morning.